Ladies, if you're noticing more joint pain or stiffness than you used to, you're not alone. But what if I told you some of your everyday habits, things you do without thinking, could be making it worse? I'm talking about doctor-backed warnings that most women over 60 never hear until it's too late. Stick with me to the end, because I'll reveal the number one thing I stopped doing that made a huge difference, and it's something almost all of us do every day. And while you're here, give this video a thumbs up, comment "no more joint pain" below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more real talk from a real older woman like me. Number 1. Skipping stretching or warming up before activity. Now I'll admit it, for most of my life I started my day with just a cup of coffee and immediately jumped into my tasks, housework, errands, or whatever else needed doing. But here's the thing. The doctor told me something that blew my mind. When we skip stretching or warming up before physical activity, we put unnecessary strain on our joints. Our muscles, ligaments, and tendons aren't as flexible as they used to be, and jumping straight into action can lead to painful injuries or stiffness. As we age, our muscles lose elasticity, and we need more time to prepare them for movement. When we skip the warm-up, the stress on our joints increases, leading to aches and pains, especially in our knees, hips, and back. The good news is, it's never too late to start building better habits. Stretching and warming up don't have to be time-consuming or complicated. Just 5 minutes of gentle movement can make a world of difference, helping you avoid discomfort later. I made the switch. These days, I take 5 minutes to stretch or walk around slowly before doing anything intense. It helps reduce the strain on my body, and honestly, I feel so much better and more flexible. It's a small commitment, but it makes a huge difference in how my body feels throughout the day. So if you're still skipping your warm-up routine, consider making that tiny change. It makes a big difference. Number 2. Using harsh cleaning products. Alright, let's talk about what's in our cabinets again. For years, I was loyal to my all-purpose cleaner. It worked well and smelled like lemon, and I always assumed it was safe because it was labeled natural. But one day, my daughter, who's a health professional, asked me to read the label, and I couldn't pronounce half of it. She pointed out that many cleaning products contain chemicals like ammonia, chlorine, and phthalates, all of which are known to disrupt our body's natural balance. I was stunned. I thought I was keeping things clean, but in reality, I was exposing myself to toxins that could be harming my health. These chemicals can interfere with our hormones, which is especially concerning as we get older. And guess what? Hormonal imbalance can contribute to things like increased joint pain and inflammation. I didn't realize how much my cleaning products were adding to the strain on my body. Now, I'm not telling you to throw everything out, but I am saying this: start reading labels. Look for products that are non-toxic, hypoallergenic, and made with natural ingredients. I now use a vinegar and water mix for most of my cleaning, and I swear my joints don't ache as much anymore. It's amazing how making that simple swap has improved both my health and my comfort. So don't let your cleaning products secretly work against your body. Choose gentler, safer alternatives. Number 3. Not managing stress properly. Now this one's personal. I come from a generation of women who powered through. We took care of the house, the kids, our parents, the neighbors, everyone, and we never really stopped to process our stress. But let me tell you what happens when you don't manage your stress. Your body holds on to it. Every single day it adds up. Doctors call it chronic cortisol elevation, and as we age, that constant drip of stress hormone affects everything, from our blood pressure to our sleep quality, to yes, our joint health. See, cortisol doesn't just affect your mood, it also plays a big role in how your body responds to inflammation. When cortisol stays high, it signals to your body, we're in survival mode, and that's when your joints start to feel the effects. For years, I thought being anxious and busy was just a part of life, but now I build in time to manage my stress. I take 20-minute walks after dinner with no phone. I've started journaling for just 5 minutes every night, and when something stresses me out, I take a deep breath and let it go. Stress will always be there, but you can choose how much of it you carry. And let me tell you, since learning to manage mine, I felt less pain in my joints, and I have more energy. Taking time to calm your mind truly does wonders for your body, especially when you're dealing with those nagging aches and pains. So make sure to prioritize your mental well-being, because your joints will thank you for it. Number 4. Eating too much sugar and processed foods. Now let me paint you a picture. Back in my 40s and 50s, if I was feeling a little low on energy, or just needed a pick-me-up, you could bet I'd reach for something sweet, maybe a cookie, or if I was really treating myself, a donut. Sugar was my comfort, but the truth is sugar was sneaking up behind me and messing with my body in ways I didn't realize. Doctors are now warning women our age about something called inflammation. It happens when we eat too much sugar and processed foods. Things like white bread, pastries, soda, these were all regular parts of my diet. Over time, they lead to more inflammation and joint pain, which I had no idea about. I just thought my aches were a part of aging. But when I cut back on sugar and started focusing on whole foods, lean protein and vegetables, I noticed something surprising. Not only did my energy improve, but my joints didn't ache as much. I also noticed my mood lifted, and I felt more like myself again. And you know what? The bloating I used to feel after meals started to disappear too. That's when I realized it wasn't just the sugar making me feel sluggish, it was the way it was affecting my whole system. So if your pantry is full of sugary snacks or processed foods, it's worth reconsidering. Because sugar doesn't just show up on your waistline, sometimes it shows up in your joints, causing more pain and stiffness. Taking care of what you eat is an important step in managing those everyday aches and pains. Making healthier food choices doesn't have to be a sacrifice. It's a game changer for how we feel every day. Number 5. Sleeping poorly or inconsistently. Now let me ask you something, and be honest. When was the last time you had a full, deep, peaceful night of sleep? If you're like me, postmenopausal and a bit creaky, the answer might be, I don't remember. For years, I'd wake up in the middle of the night, go to the bathroom, then spend 2 hours tossing and turning, staring at the ceiling. I thought that was just normal aging. But one day, my doctor looked me in the eye and said, "Sleep is not a luxury. It's a hormone stabilizer." I learned that during deep sleep, our bodies regulate inflammation, repair our muscles, and help reduce joint pain. But if you don't get good sleep, especially REM sleep, your body doesn't have time to reset, and that leads to chronic pain. So now, I treat my bedtime like a sacred ritual. No screens after 8 p.m. I take a magnesium supplement after dinner, and I use a calming pillow spray that helps me sleep soundly. Do I still wake up sometimes? Yes, but it's rare now, and the difference in my energy, my mood, and my joint health, it's remarkable. I feel rejuvenated and more ready to face each day. So if you're brushing off your poor sleep like it's no big deal, I beg you, make it a priority. Number 6. Using pain relief products that mask the problem. This one I wish someone had told me years ago. Like many women, once the joint pain started, I went straight to the drugstore. Pain relief creams, painkillers, you name it, I tried it all. And for a while, it worked. But here's the problem. No one talks about some pain relief products actually make the issue worse in the long run. Pain relief creams can irritate your skin, disrupt your natural healing processes, and even cause more inflammation. The body can build up a tolerance to painkillers, making them less effective. What really got me was when my physical therapist told me, if you're masking the pain all the time, your body won't be able to heal properly. Now, I'm not saying you have to live with the pain, but I am saying there are better ways to address it. I switched to using a heating pad and focused on gentle exercises to strengthen my muscles. I also worked on the internal causes, like diet, sleep, and stress. You can't just mask joint pain. You have to address what's causing it, and once you do, everything starts to shift. Now, I rely more on natural methods, and it feels like I'm taking better care of my body, not just covering up the symptoms. Now listen, getting older isn't the problem. It's not knowing how to care for our bodies as they change. The good news is, these changes are all fixable. I've made these small changes myself, and believe me, they work. If you found this helpful, I'd love for you to join my Savvy Senior newsletter, where I share real practical advice for women over 60 who still want to feel vibrant, strong, and pain-free. The link is in the description below. Until next time, stay savvy, stay strong, and keep those painkillers in the drawer.